Hey YouTube, this is Other Prepper One, and welcome to Boots on the Ground for Sunday. Thank you for everyone that's sending me stuff. I try my best to get to everything, but really I cannot. I would have to probably do 2 segments every day, 2 20-minute segments, and then probably someone would get bored of it. So let me get into it right away. I work in the cosmetic industry. Plastic and coloring dyes for bags and compacts getting hard to get. All of our base materials are made in China and Germany, and we're not getting any new materials in to make the compacts and eyeliner pens. This is a warning. This is not medical advice. This is the Minnesota area. My husband is a diabetic, having problems getting the insulin on time from Walgreens. They're always a few days late. But they have been buying the over-the-counter insulin, and that's at the Walmart pharmacy. And they usually pick up 2 or 3 of these, and they have built up about a year's supply. So this might work for you. So look into this. He's used these. Some of them have expired over a year ago, and he's still being efficient in treating his insulin problem. So check into that. And like I said, this is not medical advice. A few weeks ago, I reported on someone that had his shed stolen, and I specifically remember that. He had a gas can taken from his shed at night. Well, last night they struck again. This time they broke into the basement of his house. So he woke up, checked the cameras, confirmed that someone was in. He ran and got his son, which would be the first thing I would do, get my little ones, and he immediately pushed both car panic buttons. He pushed the house alarm panic button, and he was able to scare the person away. So they definitely do not feel secure at this location, having 2 times been victimized. Luckily, they ran away. But he wants you to know what happened when these people actually get hungry. Right now, people are desperate, but they're not hungry. What are people going to do when they're really starving? So they're planning on moving to a safer location. This is in Kentucky, and that person said they had some Greek yogurt they bought. They could not find an expiration date on it at all. Also, some Zesta crackers, could not find the expiration date. And he did find them on the Hormel's pepperoni. He actually had to use a jeweler's loupe, so a really good magnifying glass, to read the date on there. So I don't know if they're doing this on purpose, or if it's just something that normally happens and sometimes the date does not get printed on things. They said 5-pound bags of oranges are now $8. 2 years ago, they were buying the same size for $4. This person had their vehicle parked in Portland, downtown, and someone smashed the back window of the vehicle and stole a suitcase out of it. So be very careful in Portland. That is a known place not to go on a good day. People want you to know about the HR 1808. It's the assault weapons ban, moving its way through our lovely Congress. Hopefully it gets stopped in the Senate, but I don't guarantee anything nowadays with what rhinos are in there. So keep your eyes on that. If you can, make phone calls, do whatever you can. The assault weapons ban. Last night I attended an event that was selling high-end cannabis glass artwork. Every single piece sold anywhere from $7,000 to $20,000. 2 different catering companies were supposed to provide food for the event. Both of the catering companies fell through and did not deliver any food at all. No explanation was provided. But I'm guessing it was lack of employees. Luckily, they were able to scramble and get some food for the party, so the event went on generally pretty well. He did say however, there was half as many people there as I expected, so is that an indicator of the economy being bad? But these pieces sold from $7,000 to $20,000. This is from Idaho. Depending on the report, Idaho is either the 4th, the 5th, or the 6th wheat producers in the world. It just depends where you look. So they're a major wheat producer in the world. And wheat is transported via a canal system. Approximately 50% of this wheat that's harvested in Idaho is exported out of the country. The Biden administration is saying the only way to save the wild salmon is to breach up to 8 dams that would eliminate the ability to bring this wheat to market. So basically, they want to get rid of 8 dams. They have a lock and dam system in there where huge amounts of wheat can be transported by this canal system. And it's basically they're using the Columbia Snake River system. And it's actually the top wheat export gateway in the world. I did not know this, so I studied into it. So a lot of wheat is moved. So by eliminating these dams and this network, you would shut down a huge amount of wheat getting to the market. Very concerning, but they want to save the salmon. This person lives in Orange County, California. They just got $350 of groceries delivered from Amazon Fresh. A few months ago, the same bill would have been $280, so a huge increase. They ordered 2 different types of milk. All of it was out of stock, and no substitution was provided at all. And they said this is unheard of. They have also noticed more garage sales. People that would normally just throw things away are selling them because they are probably desperate for money. 2 South Dakota sawmills are having a slowdown in production, and this due to the lack of cooperation with the Forest Service. So I guess they're not getting logs brought in. Right now there's no layoffs, but if this continues, layoffs could be very possible for these sawmills. This is greater Seattle area. This person sent me reports from before, and they said there was a lot of vacant buildings for lease, for sale. He says it is getting worse. There is more buildings showing up. Also, power company sent notices 16.34% increase. Also, natural gas is going up 12.14%. They said at the grocery store, no 3-pound bags of onions, so those are not in supply there. And they also said russet and red potatoes are still very low on the inventory. This is a McDonald's from Hagerstown, Maryland. No Coke. He asked the lady why, and she didn't know, but she said they've been out for 2 weeks and no idea when they'll get it in. This is a house, a relative of theirs that just burnt down. There was loss of life, so pray for the family. They also wanted to stress that it was tragic beyond words. A few pets were killed also. Thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars were lost in food, and they just want you to know to have a plan. Have an escape route, get organized, get rid of combustible material that's around your house, cardboard boxes, things you don't need, get organized. Watch the use of curling irons and other things that are plugged in. If you don't need it plugged in, unplug it. Be proactive on your safety. So pray for this person or people that were killed. It's a tragic. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If you can spread out your survival goods and your wealth and your supplies, do that. This is Oklahoma City. This is a 7-Eleven. This morning there was a sign on it that said, "We can only take cards or exact cash only." Sorry for the inconvenience. Exact cash. Is there a shortage? Do they not have change? I have no idea, but more and more crazy signs are popping up. This is a school district in Nassau County, Florida. They used to provide free breakfasts and lunch for students at the school. Now, this year will be different. There'll be a $75 a month for children for breakfast and lunch. I still hope they do have the free and reduced meal for people. It's a shame that any child will go hungry, especially in the United States. So hopefully no one goes hungry because of that. I understand the school has to get money to keep the system running, but we give billions and hundreds of billions of dollars every year to everyone else in this world. We need to take care of our children first. This person bought 2 dental floss. They opened one up and it stunk. They said it was terrible. The cutter on the dental floss was all rusty, so they're wondering, has this been sitting in a ship for a long time, and it possibly could just been sitting there before it got unloaded. This is Family Dollar. This is a small town in Texas. Our medicine, over-the-counter medicine, is gone. It's wiped out. It's been like this for about a month, and they'll have no idea when they're going to get any more in. Also, they wanted to bring up the railroad strike, and there is the ability for the president. I think he did order the emergency board. So basically what's going to happen is a group of people will discuss what's the fairest thing to do. It'll take about 30 days. They'll take their things that they pulled out, and they will present it to the union and the carriers, or the workers, and try to figure out if they can get a solution. And that will take another 30 days. So you got 60 days of a process of trying to work through the strike. Now, at the point they might vote to go back to work and to take up what the Presidential Emergency Board recommendations. Both sides could say no. Then it will go up to the president. The president can order the railroad workers back to work. I don't know all the legalities of that, but you know, the railroad workers could also just do a slowdown, you know, go to work and just work extra slow. But for all fairness, I hope a fair contract for everyone, both sides, can be drawn up. Let's go over to Walmart in Middle Georgia. They only had two 20-pound bags of rice. Two 20-pound bags of rice. Smaller bags of rice were very limited. So if you haven't stocked up, do not wait any longer. Get what you need when it's available. This is the country of Panama. I've been following it on the news, and other people have. They sent me some information. Basically, there's a protest because of inflation, of low pay, supply problems. They're not getting what they need in their stores. It's been going on for 2 weeks. So a lot of places in the world are feeling pain. They're feeling suffering. They're feeling economic despair. It's just not the United States. It's a worldwide problem. This person says they shop at Sam's Club, and this is Aiken County, and this would be in South Carolina, just a little bit south of me. A 60-pack of canned cat food went up $5, so now it's $40 for that, $5 up. Folgers coffee, $10 a year ago, $12.48 3 weeks ago. Today, $14.48. I don't know what it'll be in a month. This is the Denver metro area. Natural gas has gone up. It's per unit, and the price is 0.763. 0.763, and it went up to 1.1748. So that is a huge increase in natural gas. Right now, it's not going to hurt people too much because a lot of the people are using natural gas right now for heating hot water. But soon, they're going to use it for heating hot water, and they could also use it for heating their homes, and that's when the cost is going to be very hard for a lot of people. They're going to have to turn their thermostats down. This is southeastern Georgia, Walmart. They saw an entire cooler 30 feet long. It's normally in the meat section. It was filled with cheap hot dogs. So 30 feet of cheap hot dogs. It's normally filled with various cuts of frozen meat products. So definitely they're probably out of something, and they're trying to make it look full by throwing in some cheap hot dogs. This is the Bay Area. They buy at Whole Foods, and they buy the organic rotisserie chickens. Earlier this year, it was $10. Then it went up to $11. Now it is $12.49. They also said that one of their family members needed oxygen, and it took 3 days to locate oxygen. Oxygen is a pretty critical thing. So it's a necessity of life for some people. So they were told there is a shortage in their area, and it took 3 days to get some. This person lives in Dallas, Texas. They're an over-the-road trucker. Been doing it for almost a decade, and they have been with me for a decade. They said they joined when I only had about 2,000 subscribers, so thank you for your support. It means a lot if you're going to take your time out of your day and watch my videos. Their primary cargo is refrigerated food. Most of it goes to like Walmart, the large chain stores. What he has noticed that if you're close to a distribution center, you have a better chance to get more deliveries and have more food stocked. The further you get away, the less chance that you'll be heavily stocked up. He has said that national truck stops are between 20 and 30% emptier during the week. He said there's other places, though, on I guess major routes that are still, they look normal. Also, truck washing. Normally, to get your truck washed, you have to wait an hour to 2 hours to get it serviced, just to be washed. Now there's no waiting. You can go right in and get it washed. So the people that do the washing say that they're down considerably. So it's either there's less trucks on the road, or people don't have the money to get their trucks washed as much. He also said a fuel filter. They needed fuel filters. The shops won't sell them to you. If you want a fuel filter, now you have to get the full complete service. So they're going to make some money off the filters because they do not have enough filters for everyone. He says the last few trailers that they've gotten for their company, brand new trailers, have different lights on them. And he says it's like someone dug around in a spare parts bin to get enough lights to finish building the trailer. Also, he had a trailer that had 2 broken wheel hubs. He took it to the shop. The shop didn't have them. They had to go to 2 different parts stores to get the parts. And he said this is a fairly common trailer and a fairly common part, and they should have had it in their shop. So that is worrying. He said thefts at the truck stops have gone way up. Equipment is being stolen off of the vehicles, like lights or whole bumpers are being taken, especially tires. Tires have gone so much up for truckers. He's also seen a lot of organized theft by groups of homeless people walking into places and just stealing and then walking out. It's just a grab and go. And then finally, from Kentucky, some good news for you. There's an older couple that sits at the dollar store almost every Saturday that gives away loaves of bread to needy families. They tell people that Jesus is the bread of life and he loves them. They don't say anything else unless the people want to talk to them. Also, she said, and someone that lives in a town near them put out a little box on a post with a sign that reads, "If you are in need, please take some." The box is filled with meals where all you have to do is add water, like mac and cheese, noodles, rice mixes, and etc. So, if you can't find any good news out there, make your own good news. You be the good news for the day. Thanks for watching.